Hi, guys, and welcome back to Living the Vision. And I know that I have come on and shared with you the video with me at Home Depot. And I'm sorry to say that they didn't have their cutting machine working, so I had to find a different Lowe's at a different location to go to tomorrow and try this all over again. So I'll do that. Guys, let me tell you something. They have armed guards that they have put at my apartments at the front gate. They put armed guards at our front gate. And they said that it's been a stream of robberies. It's been a stream of break-ins, and it's been a stream of, cars getting their wheels stolen from the body of the car. Now, mind you, when you leave out of the gate in these apartment complexes, in this apartment complex, there are spikes on the ground. So the spikes are there preventing people from coming into the exit gate so that they can only come in through the entrance gate. But also, all right, let's talk about these armed guards. They got bulletproof vests on. I took a video of all of this, today when I came home. But I had my earpiece connected to my phone, and when I was coming in, as I was videotaping this and talking to to this one guy, you couldn't hear the volume. The volume was down. So I didn't get a good video for that. But, okay, I was getting ready to come in the gate. And then there was the guy with the body armor on, the bulletproof vest and his gun around his waist, like military tactical stuff. And then he was standing there talking with somebody else in plain clothes. So I was getting ready to go behind them. But this man in the plain clothes, he stepped back to prevent me from walking behind him. And he pointed toward me walking between them. And I'm like, no, I don't want to walk between y'all, And then the guy with the military looking outfit on, but it's all black. It's not like camouflage or anything. It's all in black. And it says security. And on the back of the bulletproof vest, it says security real big, So it's like, I'm telling them, I don't want to walk between y'all, two men. I don't want to do that. So the guy in the tactical stuff, he said, oh, yeah, come on. He said, do you live here? And I said, yeah. He said, where's your card? I said, what card? He said, you're supposed to have a card showing that you live here. I said, I don't have a card. What do you mean? And he said, well, in order for you to enter that gate, you're supposed to have a card showing that you live here. I say, what? I say, you saying I can't go to my apartment? He said, and then this other gentleman who had a card was coming through. He said, well, you see, just like his card, you're supposed to have a card like that, showing that you can come into this apartment complex. I said, well, are you saying that the office should have mentioned this to all of the tenants to come in and get a card? Are you saying that I missed out in getting a card because I didn't get an email? And he said, well, that's not what I'm saying. He said, either you can go to the gate where like you punch your number in, the code in, to so there's a code at the gate. It's always been there, where you punch a code in order to ring my phone. And once you ring my phone, I press a certain number so that you can come in. So, I mean, so that you could drive in, so whoever is calling me to, with that code, and then, so I say, oh, so you're saying that I didn't even have to come over here with y'all to walk between y'all, people who I really don't know, and looking at you, not knowing really why you're here and why you're dressed in a tactical outfit. I said, you saying I could have actually went over there and used where the cars are coming in and just punch my code in and come in here like that instead of coming over here with y'all? He said, yeah, you could have done that. I started looking like, well, I think that's what I want to do instead of coming over here dealing with y'all, because he starts saying, well, what apartment do you live in? He said, well, and doing all of that, but it's not exactly what he was saying to me. It was how he was talking to me, as if I was in trouble. He was talking to me rude. I said, wait a minute. Don't be defensive talking with me, and don't be rude talking with me. Girls, ladies, y'all, guys, I am that girl. I will check somebody if they are coming at me wrong. But before I actually check somebody, I'll stand back and say, I'll have that going on, So when I did that, I said, you don't have to be rude to me and talk to me like that. I said, no, you don't have to do that to me. I said, this is not prison. We don't live in prison. You don't even know me for you to talk to me rude and rough like you're talking to me. And you can ask me these questions and you can let me know your security and these things has been going on, and we need to check to make sure everybody who's coming in and out of the gate live here. It's a way that you can talk to a tenant, a paying tenant. It's a way that you can talk to people when you're trying to, work. I guess he's working for me. Not unless he's not working for me, he's working for the apartment complex. But if he's saying that there's a stream of robberies and all of this stuff happening, you know what he said? He said, well, instead of saying that, I'm treating you like a prisoner, you should be talking about the people who's coming in here breaking in and all this kind of stuff. This security talking to me like that. I said, you don't have to talk to me like that. Because, you could say things a little bit different than how you're saying it to me. And instead of making me feel like I'm a prisoner where I live. So it's like, I videotaped that so that y'all could see this. And I didn't have the volume on. I didn't have the volume on. I wanted somebody else to hear this and see this. But, oh well. Guys, I just wanted to come on here and share this with you. I went to Lowe's and I wasn't able to get what I needed to for the backsplash. Now I almost got it. I was there. I found the wood, and I found how to cut the wood, get that started, and then next thing you know, the cutting machine wasn't working. I was almost there. Almost there. What is this backsplash thing trying to tell me, that I don't need to do it? Is that what it is? I don't need to do this backsplash over here because maybe I'm not going to be here long. Prison guard out there at the gate. Maybe that's a sign that I don't need to get this backsplash done. We'll think about this. We'll think about this. You know, put in the comments section and let me know, because this is just an experiment that I'm doing with this kitchen. Because I know that I want to move. I know that I want to make this something that will help me to relocate and to, get out of this affordable living. I've never lived in this before. This is the first time. I've never lived in these conditions before. It's the first time. And, I know that I have a plan. And my plan is to have my surgery. The devil is real. The devil is so real. Let me tell you what happened with my Medicare. I had Medicare Advantage Plan Plus, something like that. With Medicare, Medicare Blue Cross Advantage Plan Plus. And that's like Medicare, is Medicare, but having Blue Cross with my Medicare plan. So with that, the place where I'll be having my surgery, which is MD Anderson Cancer Hospital, they no longer take the Advantage plans. So I had to go back to traditional Medicare and let traditional Medicare pay for my surgery. And, and then, so while I was, Medicare, let me know that to expect some information from this company called WellCare. And they'll be reaching out to me and letting me know what is what. And I'm like, okay, all right. So then I got a phone call one day, and it was from a WellPoint. And and they said, well, we're from WellPoint, and we're calling to give you your interview for the insurance. And I'm like, I started getting confused. I said, am I supposed to be talking to WellCare or WellPoint? And she said, WellPoint. That's who we are, WellPoint. I was like, oh, okay. Because I got confused. WellCare, WellPoint. I got confused for a minute because it was like 2 weeks had passed, or no, it was like, about 3 weeks, almost 30 days had passed. And I wasn't paying attention to WellCare, WellPoint, so I got confused. So midway through them talking with me, I said, well, wait a minute. I said, I'm a little confused. I better check this out before I go any further, because I'm getting confused about WellCare, because I thought WellCare was supposed to be calling me and not WellPoint. And they said, oh, but we're WellPoint, and we're trying to get you straight with your insurance. I'm like, I said, but hold on, let me make sure, let me check. And I put them on hold, and when I put them on hold, they hung up. So I'm like, oh, they hung up. I said, maybe they'll call back. And then my day got busy, and I didn't pay any attention to whether, they called back or not. I said, well, when I did realize that they never did call back, I said, well, maybe, that wasn't the people, and good that they hung up, because now I didn't give them permission to change anything that of my insurance. So I say, well, okay, they're gone, they're gone. Why I got a welcome notice on my phone? Welcome to WellPoint Insurance Company. And I'm saying, WellPoint Insurance Company? I have Medicare. These people went and took me off Medicare and put me on their insurance. Nothing but the devil. I must be. The devotionals that I'm doing, reading my Bible that I've been doing, and trying to be a good person that I've been doing. And Satan don't want me to succeed. He's trying to block my blessings. He's trying to block me. Y'all, say a prayer for me, guys. And I'm really doing good. I've really been, knocking these rooms out. I've been, going and do my volunteer work. I've been talking with you guys either on the video or in the comments section, and everything's been good. Everything has been pleasant. And all these other things just been coming, and it's like it's nothing but Satan. He sees that good things are coming, and he's trying to block my blessings. I rebuke Satan in the name of Jesus, though. All blessings are coming to me. So guys, like, share, and subscribe on my channel, and I'll talk with you guys on the next video. Take care.